Hello Internet, this is Scott with Scott's Garage, and if you are a subscriber to Scott's Garage, you know that this 2000 GMC Sierra 1500 is soon to become a project truck. It's been my daily driver since 2003. Well, today is finally the day. This vehicle officially becomes a project truck, which I'm really looking forward to. I'm going to do a lot of videos on this project, but I want to reveal to you my new daily driver. So, will it be a Tesla Cybertruck or something else? Let's find out. Okay, it's not a Tesla Cybertruck, maybe someday, but it is a 2017 Ford Escape SE Special Edition. In this video, I'm going to tell you why I purchased this vehicle and why I intend it to be my new daily driver. Also, I'm going to do a series of videos on car buying, not just this car, but just several videos on how to buy a good used car, things to look for, how to go about it, strategy. So look forward to that. But for now, I'll tell you why I purchased this Ford Escape. Okay, top of the list was safety. And we did not want to buy a brand new vehicle. I'll explain that in upcoming videos. So this is a used vehicle. The Ford Escape, the body style changed in 2017. It improved a lot, including safety. So 2013 is when the Escape came out. So 13, 14, 15, 16, very good vehicle. But 2017 saw some improvements in safety. Edmunds gave the 2017 a 5-star rating for safety. What's included standard in the 2017 Escape were the anti-lock disc brakes, traction and stability control, front seat side airbags, driver's knee airbag, which was introduced new in 2017, and a side curtain airbag. So safety was an important reason for us to get this vehicle. Now, another reason we chose the Ford Escape was that we had the opportunity to rent one for over a month. It was actually for my daughter, but I had a chance to drive it several times during that time period and just loved the overall feel of it and the visibility inside of it. And I knew that the Ford Escape would be in the running for my next daily driver. Now, another reason is that this is a crossover. We've never had a crossover before. This is the first one, but the whole concept of crossover appealed to me from the start, and crossovers have proved themselves over the last several years as far as safety and comfort and reliability. Now, you might be wondering, well, what exactly is a crossover? And basically, a crossover, you have the height. It's higher than a normal car. Maybe not quite as high as an SUV, but it's still there's height there. You sit up higher when you drive. Slightly wider than an average car. But it's unibody like a car. So unibody in a vehicle, in a car, it's a much smoother ride, quieter ride in that. If you look at pickup trucks like my GMC or SUVs, they're built on a frame. And so it's a very substantial frame. You can see it here from the back to the front, and makes for a lot of strength, but also they're just noisier. So a crossover, it has the technology of a car, unibody, yet a little bit higher than a car, a little bit wider than a car, a little bit heavier than a car. The overall dimensions of this, though, it's not as long as our Ford Fusion. It actually fits in the garage a little bit better. There's room on each side to walk. The vehicle itself is very comfortable. You can easily seat 5 since it's a little bit wider than a car. Putting the 3 in the back in the middle, there's more room than other vehicles. But again, it's very comfortable. I'm just going to back it out here. Okay, I love the interior. That's one of the things I really appreciated when we rented it. It's just laid out in a beautiful way. and I like the clarity of the instrument cluster, and even with the tilt of the steering wheel, I can still see things clearly, and it just makes a lot of sense. I like the cruise control. Ford improved itself. I've always liked the GMC Chevy cruise control for years, but Ford was always a little bit clumsy, but this seems a lot clearer. And I love the new sync. The earlier versions of sync were horrible. Our Ford Fusion was one of the earlier versions, really hard, not user-friendly. It's hard to add a phone, but not this. This is quite easy, very intuitive, and easy to set up. Also, with an iPhone, you can easily plug in and Apple Play and all that for maps and music, which is very convenient. It's overall very quiet, and this is an SE, a special edition, so it's not the SEL. But having said that, this SE has a lot of the nicer features. One of them are the floor mats. These are very substantial floor mats with an edge around them for water, snow, whatever that like that. Just like the overall look, the feel of the door panels, and even blending it into the handle here. The rear are more plastic. There's more luxury or whatever on the front seats, but overall, really like how it looks. It does have the electronic parking brake, which I'll have to get used to, but that shouldn't be any problem. Okay, for a few more things about this particular Ford Escape. The engine's running now. It's very quiet overall. It only has 16,800 miles roughly on it. I'll talk about that in an upcoming video. Very low mileage and that. Also, too, it does have the option of shifting yourself, so where you can go back and forth on a little bit better control with the shifting. I'm not used to the paddle shifts, but I'll figure that out. It also has both heated and cooled seats, which actually where we live now is quite handy with the heated seats, and I'm sure in the summertime too the heated cool will be great. Dual climate control, which is pretty much standard now, but overall really love the interior of this vehicle. So mentioned before that it seats 5 comfortably, so I'm just going to go into the rear seats here, and again this feels a little bit different in the back. There's a little bit more plastic, but you can see the speakers that are there and the substantial floor mats again in the rear, and this seems to be plenty of room. I also like it that there is 115 volt power outlet back here, and it has rear heat and air. The S edition only had air in front, not in rear, but this has rear air, which is nice. Again, plenty of room for a person to sit on this middle seat. The seats also though fold down quite easily. You do have to push the front seats forward. I did this before, but it's really easy to pull up on here, and they fold flat, and there's plenty of room in the back hatch. It does come just with on the key fob to open it, and the SEL and the titanium, it has the foot control for the back hatch. This one doesn't, but it does have this little button here to close it, and lots of room back here for luggage or whatever you want. Again, both of these seats fold down flat, so I was able to haul a step ladder the other day, no problem. And overall, just like the size of the Escape. Now, it looks like dual exhaust. There are 2 tailpipes, but it's actually not dual exhaust. It's a very, very small engine. I was a little bit concerned about it. It's a 1.5 liter EcoBoost engine, and I thought it would be underpowered, but that's not at all the case. I really like how peppy it is. I'm still amazed at how much torque and power engines have today, even though they have a small size. But I'm going to show you how to pop the hood. Now, I work on cars all the time. It actually took me a little while to figure out the hood on this. This part wasn't hard. You just pull back here. You can hear it. The cable loosen things up in the front. But this was the tricky part. You know, normally right in the center here, you feel down there, and you can feel a latch, and I just could not. The secret is that it's right here. You can maybe barely see it. It's yellow in color, which doesn't help with the lid on there, but that's the lever, and you just basically pull that to the right, and then you can lift up on this. Okay, very clean engine bay. Again, this is the 1.5 liter EcoBoost by Ford, which means that when you're at a stop, it turns off, it turns on. You can keep it running all the time. There's a really user-friendly button on the dash to push to keep it going all the time. But again, I was concerned that it'd be underpowered, but not at all the case. It's a very peppy engine. This is the preferred motor, even for the titanium, for 2017 and beyond. And so far, so good on this engine. Two more things about the exterior. First of all, the color. Really like this shade of blue. It's easy to find in a parking lot, and either you like blue or you don't, but this particular shade of blue I do, and my wife either wanted red or blue, so we chose the blue. It also has a rack on top. I don't necessarily think we'll be hauling stuff up there, but it's good to see it up there. Okay, a few more things about this Escape before I wrap up this video. First of all, it came with very low mileage, just a little bit under 17,000 miles is all. I'm going to talk about this as far as buying a good used vehicle in an upcoming video. Also, too, the transmission, the automatic, it does have S on it, which stands for shift, and you can see the paddles here, minus plus, where you can change the gear right there at the wheel. I'm not used to that, but I will figure it out, and that is a good feature, just to have that option. Also, it comes with heated seats and cooled seats. And when we lived in Phoenix, the heated seats would make no sense. But where we live now, it's great to have the heated seats, and it's going to be great as well in the hot summer to have the cooled seats. So, the dual control, but just with that extra feature. Also, it comes with plenty of power outlets and USB, for the front. There one there and two more below here. And I think I said this before, but with the sync and with an iPhone, just plug it in, and all your maps and music and all that works. So just really love the overall look and the feel of the interior of this Escape. And all these things combined is why this Ford Escape is my new daily driver. And I will post videos as I repair things on it from time to time, or just overall maintenance. I'm going to miss having the GMC as my daily driver. Really, I've spent so many years in that truck, such a reliable vehicle. But I hope that, and pray actually, that this vehicle too is as reliable. This is Scott with Scott's Garage. If you got any value at all out of this video, please hit like. If you're not subscribed, please subscribe to Scott's Garage. I look forward to seeing you in the next video. Have a great day.